Wine has long been celebrated as the nectar of the gods, a beverage that elevates the spirit and captivates the senses. From its deep cultural roots to its complex production process, wine has fascinated humanity for thousands of years. But how much of the winemaking process actually involves foot stomping? And what are the steps that transform a humble grape into the drink we cherish? In this exploration, we'll break down the journey of wine production from start to finish, uncovering both the traditional and modern techniques that make this beverage so special. Winemaking is an ancient practice that dates back to around 5000 BC in Egypt, where archaeologists have discovered cave paintings and artifacts illustrating not only the use of wine, but also the jars designed to store it. Throughout history, winemaking has evolved, but one of the earliest methods of juice extraction involved stomping grapes by foot. While this may sound peculiar, foot stomping actually had significant benefits. The gentle pressure from feet ensured that the juice was extracted without crushing the seeds, which could release bitter tannins and astringent compounds into the wine. Moreover, the body temperature of the stomper was lower than the temperatures in modern machines, which prevented excessive heat from being generated and thus maintained ideal fermentation conditions. As we progress through time, we'll explore how these practices have been refined. The winemaking process begins with one of the most crucial steps, the selection of the grapes. This decision determines the ultimate flavor, aroma, and quality of the wine. Grapes are chosen based on their variety, as different types bring distinct characteristics to the wine. Factors such as the grape's genetic traits, the vineyard's location, the soil composition, and the climate all play a role in grape selection. The climate is particularly important. Sunshine, rainfall, and temperature can all influence the development of the grapes. Once the grapes have reached their optimal ripeness, the harvest begins. The timing of the harvest is critical because it directly impacts the wine's flavor profile. Grapes that are underripe may have high acidity and low sugar. Leading to a wine that is overly tart and lacks complexity. On the other hand, overripe grapes will have high sugar and low acidity, producing a wine with a heavy and overly sweet character. Finding the balance is key to producing high-quality wine. Vineyardists use a refractometer to determine when the grapes are at their ideal sugar content. This handheld device measures the sugar level in the grapes, helping the vineyard manager decide when to begin harvesting. In modern vineyards, mechanical harvesters, or even robots, are often employed, significantly speeding up the process. These machines, which were first introduced in California in 1968, gather the grapes quickly and efficiently. Often during the cooler nighttime hours to preserve their freshness. After the grapes are harvested, They are transported to the winery where the winemaking process truly begins. The first step in processing the grapes is crushing, where the grape skins are broken to release the juice. While traditional winemaking involves stomping on the grapes, today most wineries use machines designed for crushing and removing stems. The result of this process is a mixture called must, which is a blend of crushed grapes, skins, seeds, and juice. For white wines, the skins are removed from the must before fermentation begins. This helps prevent the wine from taking on too much color and tannins. However, for red wines, the skins remain in the must during fermentation. This process is known as maceration, and it is what gives red wine its deep color, tannins, and additional flavor complexity. Fermentation begins when wild yeast or cultured yeast is introduced into the must. This yeast consumes the sugar in the juice and converts it into alcohol, producing the essential transformation that defines wine. The fermentation period typically lasts between 7 and 14 days, depending on the type of wine being produced. During fermentation, temperature and time must be carefully monitored to ensure the yeast works at the optimal speed and efficiency. In some cases, winemakers may add sugar to the must in a process known as chaptalization. This is often done when the grapes haven't received enough sunlight during the growing season, leading to lower sugar levels. Once fermentation is complete, the wine undergoes a process of aging and clarification. Aging is a critical phase that allows the wine to develop complexity and refine its flavors. Many wineries store wine in underground cellars, where cool, stable temperatures can slow down the aging process. Larger wineries may use temperature-controlled stainless steel tanks, but many still use oak barrels to impart additional flavors and aromas to the wine. Oak aging can add hints of vanilla, spice, and smokiness, making the wine more nuanced and structured. Clarification is the next important step, as it removes any remaining particles, solids, or impurities from the wine. Fining agents like bentonite, a type of clay, or egg whites are added to the wine, where they bind with unwanted particles. These agents cause the particles to settle at the bottom of the vessel, allowing them to be easily removed. Once the wine has been clarified, it undergoes filtration, which further refines its clarity and helps to remove any residual yeast or other small particles. The wine is now ready for blending, if desired. Some winemakers blend wines from different batches or grape varieties to achieve a particular flavor profile. This is especially common in regions where multiple varieties of grapes are grown. After the wine has matured and the winemaker is satisfied with its flavor profile, it's time for bottling. The wine is carefully transferred into bottles, and in many cases, a small amount of sulfur dioxide is added to prevent oxidation and microbial spoilage. Modern bottling lines are fully automated, making the process faster and more consistent. The wine bottles are sealed with corks, screw caps, or other closures. Depending on the wine's style and the winemaker's preference. Corks made from special oak are typically used for higher-end wines, while more affordable wines may be sealed with screw caps or plastic stoppers. The choice of closure can have a significant impact on the wine's aging potential and the risk of oxidation. Corks, for example, are permeable to oxygen, which can slowly alter the flavor of the wine over time, making it suitable for long-term aging. Alternatively, screw caps tend to create a more sealed environment, preserving the wine's freshness for longer periods without much change. Once sealed, the wine bottle receives its label, which includes essential information like the wine's origin, vintage, and alcohol content. The term vintage refers to the year in which the grapes were harvested, and it's an important marker of quality. Variations in the growing season, weather, and conditions can influence the quality and characteristics of the wine. And certain years may be considered superior for winemaking, leading to higher demand and prices for wines from those vintages. While some wines are ready to drink immediately after bottling, others benefit from further aging in the bottle. Aging allows the wine to evolve and develop more complex flavors and aromas. Over time, the wine may lose some of its initial fruitiness and develop deeper, more mature characteristics. The optimal aging time depends on the type of wine and personal preference. Some wines are designed to be consumed young, while others, like Bordeaux or Barolo, improve with age. Every step of the winemaking process, from the selection of grapes to the final bottling, requires careful attention and precision. Variables such as fermentation temperature, sugar levels, and even the timing of the harvest can all impact the final product. Winemakers rely on their experience and understanding of these factors to produce wines of exceptional quality. The journey of a grape from the vineyard to the wine bottle is a delicate and intricate process, involving many steps and decisions that ultimately determine the quality and character of the final product. From the careful selection of grapes to the meticulous aging process, each stage of winemaking plays a vital role in creating the wines we know and love. Whether you are a casual wine drinker or a connoisseur, understanding the complexity behind the process adds another layer of appreciation to this ancient and captivating craft. Welcome to the world of Spanish wine. Spain is a country of sun-drenched vineyards, rich traditions, and world-class wines. From ancient winemaking techniques to modern innovations, Spanish viticulture has captivated wine lovers for centuries. With its diverse landscapes, favorable climate, and centuries-old expertise, Spain has become one of the most influential wine-producing countries in the world. In this guide, we will take you on a journey through Spain's most iconic wine regions, its time-honored production methods, and the cultural significance of winemaking in this beautiful country. Nestled among the lush rolling hills of Spain, the vineyards stand as a living testament to centuries-old traditions and the relentless dedication of winemakers. These humble yet proud grapevines are not just the backbone of world-renowned wines, but also a cultural and artistic symbol of this fertile land. Spanish vineyards can be found in nearly every corner of the country, from the high-altitude terrains of the north to the warm Mediterranean coasts of the south. Each region offers distinct soil compositions and climatic conditions that influence the flavor profiles of the wines produced. The vineyards themselves range from small family-owned plots passed down through generations to expansive estates utilizing state-of-the-art technology to cultivate the finest grapes. Spain's commitment to winemaking extends beyond its rich history. It also embraces innovation. Many vineyards now employ sustainable practices, from organic farming to water conservation, ensuring the long-term health of the land. This combination of heritage and progress makes Spanish wine one of the most dynamic and exciting industries in the world today. With over 1 million hectares of vineyards, Spain is the world leader in both grape production and wine quality, playing a pivotal role in the global wine industry. As the third largest wine producer by volume, Spain exports millions of bottles each year to markets across Europe, North America, and Asia. Spanish wines are known for their diversity, offering everything from light and fruity whites to bold, full-bodied reds. Spain's influence on global wine culture extends far beyond its exports. Many winemaking techniques pioneered in Spain, such as the Solera system for aging sherry and the traditional method for sparkling cava, have been adopted by producers worldwide. Additionally, Spain has played a key role in preserving and promoting indigenous grape varieties, such as Tempranillo, Garnacha, Albarino, and Monastrell, ensuring that these unique flavors continue to captivate wine lovers around the world. The global demand for Spanish wine continues to grow, driven by its reputation for quality and affordability. International sommeliers and wine experts frequently praise Spanish wines for their balance, complexity, and ability to age beautifully. With an increasing number of wineries receiving international acclaim, Spain remains at the forefront of global wine production. The history of winemaking in Spain dates back over 3,000 years, with early evidence of viticulture found in the regions of Andalusia and Catalonia. The first grapevines are believed to have been planted by the Phoenicians around 1100 BC, followed by significant advancements introduced by the Romans, who expanded vineyards throughout the Iberian Peninsula. The Moors, despite prohibiting alcohol consumption, maintained Spain's vineyards for trade and medicinal purposes, preserving their agricultural importance. During the Middle Ages, monasteries played a crucial role in refining winemaking techniques, producing wines for religious ceremonies and local commerce. The discovery of the Americas in the 15th century allowed Spain to introduce its grape varieties to the New World. Influencing winemaking traditions in regions like Argentina, Chile, and California. The modern era of Spanish winemaking began in the 19th century when phylloxera devastated French vineyards, prompting winemakers to relocate to Spain. This led to the introduction of French techniques, such as barrel aging, which significantly improved wine quality. The 20th century saw further advancements in viticulture and the establishment of Spain's Denominación de Origen (DO) system, which regulates production standards and ensures high-quality wines. Today, Spanish winemaking continues to evolve, blending centuries-old traditions with cutting-edge technology to produce some of the world's most celebrated wines. The art of winemaking begins long before the grapes reach the winery. Every aspect of viticulture, from pruning to harvesting, is meticulously managed to ensure the highest quality yield. Spain's diverse climate allows for the production of a wide range of grape varieties, from the bold Tempranillo and the aromatic Albarino to the deep, complex Garnacha. Viticulture is a labor-intensive process requiring a deep understanding of soil composition, weather patterns, and plant physiology. Vineyard managers must carefully monitor vine growth throughout the year, adjusting irrigation, pruning, and pest control methods as needed. The timing of the harvest is particularly crucial, as grapes must be picked at the optimal moment to balance sugar, acidity, and tannins. Spain is also a leader in organic and biodynamic viticulture, with many wineries adopting sustainable farming techniques. By minimizing chemical usage and promoting biodiversity, these practices help maintain soil health and preserve the natural ecosystem surrounding the vineyards. Each year, millions of tons of grapes are harvested using a combination of traditional hand-picking methods and modern mechanized techniques. This delicate process ensures that only the best fruit is selected for winemaking. The harvest season varies by region and grape type, with some areas beginning as early as August and others extending into late October. Once harvested, the grapes are carefully sorted and crushed to extract their precious juice, which undergoes fermentation in state-of-the-art facilities. The fermentation process, monitored by expert vintners, transforms the natural sugars into alcohol, giving the wine its distinct character. Fermentation is one of the most important stages of winemaking, as it determines the final flavor profile of the wine. Some winemakers prefer stainless steel tanks for a crisp, clean taste, while others use oak barrels to add depth and complexity. Yeast selection, temperature control, and fermentation duration all play a role in shaping the wine's aromas and textures. In recent years, experimental techniques such as carbonic maceration and wild fermentation have gained popularity. Allowing winemakers to produce unique and innovative wines. The combination of traditional expertise and modern science ensures that Spanish wines continue to push the boundaries of excellence. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of Spanish wine. Whether you are a seasoned connoisseur or a curious enthusiast, the story of Spanish viticulture is one of passion, patience, and perfection. From the sun-kissed vineyards to the expert craftsmanship of winemakers, every bottle captures a piece of Spain's rich history and culture. Spanish wines offer an incredible range of flavors and styles, each reflecting the unique character of the region it comes from. Whether enjoying a bold Rioja, a crisp Albarino, or a sparkling Cava, every sip tells a story of the land, the climate, and the people who dedicated their lives to creating it. So the next time you raise a glass, savor the dedication and artistry that went into creating it. Cheers to the beauty and brilliance of Spanish wine.